Most people around San Diego County take water for granted, yet in many places around this world there is no more valuable or scarce commodity as water. Jeff Church is a successful entrepreneur who a few years ago started Nika Water here in San Diego with a simple mission: to make a difference in the developing world. Geoff, thanks for coming in and talking with us today.
I appreciate it.
A little bit about your background. You're a very successful entrepreneur that's worked in a lot of other areas, and that kind of is how you got here to San Diego, right?
Sure. My background is I have an MBA, I'm a CPA, and then I have a kind of a career in buying, building, and selling businesses. So kind of a private equity entrepreneurial business where I would run businesses and then help sell them.
In your book, which is a very interesting read called A Thirst for Change, you're referred to as a social entrepreneur.
Right.
And the Nika Water story is a very interesting one. First of all, explain the name.
So Nika is the Zulu word for to give. And when we started Nika, we wanted kind of a catchy name that also had a meaning to it.
Mm-hmm. And so this is a very interesting visual we have here because we got two bottles of water. Explain these bottles and what's in them.
Right. So this bottle here is the bottle you would buy at a Whole Foods or a Jimbo's, and it's the Nika Water.
Mm-hmm.
This bottle here is actually from the river in Kenya that we went to, that we built a school for, and that we built a water well for. And this is what the people in Kenya drink. So they'll actually drink this water, and they'll walk 7 miles to get this water. They'll carry it back on a 50-pound jerry can on their backs, and then they'll drink this water. And by drinking it, it has all kinds of waterborne, problems with it. And
sure.
The biggest challenge in the developing world is the water crisis. That 4,500 people die every day from a lack of clean water. And that's the size of one large high school public high school evaporating every single day in the United States. And they're very preventable. I mean, just by having clean water, you can prevent all that kind of stuff.
And the cost of providing that clean water through the work that you do, and we're going to talk about that, is amazingly reasonable and a great investment.
Yeah, I mean, the cost we've now done 6 projects, and what we've averaged is it costs $20 a person to bring clean water to someone for a lifetime. And $20 just isn't that much. I don't know about you, but I spent $15 at Starbucks the other morning.
There you go.
So it's very solvable. And from Nika's perspective, as a bottled water company, that's the profit on just 10 cases of water.
Mm-hmm. So this is a hands-on effort. Explain one of your more recent trips.
So I took a group of 50 people to Kenya this past June. And these are just Nika supporters and Nika followers. And we went to Kenya. We actually finished building a school. We turned a water system on. And we were able to see clean water come in for the very first time to an entire village of about 1,000 people. And when you see the impact of clean water, it's just transformative to that village, because the girls are able to go to school. And because they're able to go to school, they don't get pregnant at 13 years old. They get a little education. They stay through 8th grade. They learn a trade. The mamas in the villages are able to do a micro, finance, another business. They can do beading. They can buy a goat. They can do different things because they don't have to go get the water every day. So just by having clean water, it becomes very transformative for the entire village.
When you say turn on the water, the facility you built, what is done to make the water drinkable?
Right. So actually, believe it or not, in most of sub-Saharan Africa and most of the world, the water table is just 60, 80, 100 feet below the surface.
Sure.
So just by drilling a well and then capturing the water out, it's clean water. So then we drill a well, and then we bring the water out, and then through gravity we feed it to other villages throughout, a medical clinic, another school, and a couple other villages.
So talk about this campaign for you. This is another business, but the money is all being put to support your efforts, right?
Right. So Nika is a for-profit business that donates 100% of its profits to bring clean water and education to people around the world. Very similar to Newman's Own, the soup and salad dressing company that Paul Newman started, where he's donated over their 25 years about $250 million to their charity. So it's a for-profit business, which we really like because we want to support, capitalism and the good virtues of capitalism. But we donate 100% of those profits to clean water projects and education projects around the world.
And you mentioned just a couple of locations, but this is now available around San Diego County and other places, right?
All throughout California. Jimbo's, and in fact, locally, Jimbo's is one of the people that came on our trip. He brought his entire family with him and had a phenomenal experience. But Whole Foods, Sprouts, the Natural Foods Channel, and then also lots of coffee shops and sandwich shops around town. And we really have a very grassroots effort of kind of getting the product out there, getting it in somebody's hands. And once the consumer actually touches and feels the product, they tend to like it because they like the cause. We also have a really good environmental message as a bottled water company, and they tend to get it. So the brand is kind of sticky. So we just need, to get the product out there and get more and more people, trying it.
Where do you do the production and everything for your water?
So the water comes from the Sierras, and then it's purified through a double-pass reverse osmosis process in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. You mentioned before we got started here about how this effort on your part with Nika Water has been a great entree for your family, your children, into being social entrepreneurs again.
Yeah, so I have 4 kids between 18 and 13, and actually, the catalyst to really get Nika launched was we were doing that water walk that I mentioned with the girls from the village, and I had my 15-year-old daughter on one side and my 13-year-old daughter on the other side. My 13-year-old daughter said, Daddy, did you know that this girl next to me is my age and she can't go to school because she has to get the water? And my other daughter, who's 15, said, Daddy, did you know that this girl is pregnant next to me and she can't go to school because she has to get the water? Can't we help these people? Can't we do something about that? And that was when, we had already had an idea for, a sustainable donation model, but that kind of got us the catalyst over the hump, and it's been a great opportunity for lots of young people, not only our kids, but lots of young people to be involved in.
By the way, congratulations on an award from Point Loma Nazarene University, the Dealmaker Award that you picked up just recently, and much deserved, much deserved. Thanks so much. And thanks for coming in. Website where people can learn more about this?
NikaWater.org, Nika water.org.
Very good. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you so much,
Really
George.
appreciated the conversation.
Thank you.